Warm Down Pod with Jose and Sassy.
The Warm Down Pod is brought to you by SW Strategies and Fight Zone and is recorded at 24A An Siang Road. Trigger warning. This recording may include harsh words, and we apologize in advance if you are offended.
And welcome to the second episode of the Warm Down Pod. And I'm Jose Raymond, and with me again is my co-producer, Sasidaran Unitan, who's wearing a shit jersey today. And I'm not really sure why he's wearing that, but I suspect he's going to tell me why. And Sasi, what are you wearing? Is like, if you need to know where the toilet is so you can kind of flush it, it's down, where it is, right?
Gosh, okay, yeah. So this has been our point of conversation for a very, very long time between me and Jose. And I am absolutely buzzing right now, right? I am absolutely buzzing. 3 wins in a row.
So?
Gosh, 3 wins in a row. And it is, honestly, after the Man City game, I was in shock. I was like, what did I just see, right? I have never seen United play like this in the past 2 years. I've not seen a game like that. And I was pinching myself, I was telling myself, okay, maybe this.
So hang on, you said City and then you talked about United, right? Are we talking about Hougang United and Lion City Sailors or what? Can you explain yourself?
We are talking about Manchester City and Manchester United. That Manchester derby.
So how is it? What? Can you please tell me what exactly has happened right now such that Manchester United is on a high, obviously you on a high, wearing this jersey. High. And now I can see online, there are some conversations about, I think they might be in with chance for a championship, for the Premiership.
Are you kidding me? Is there really such a thing?
Yes.
Mathematically, it's still okay. Yeah, I'm sure.
Course,
yeah, it is okay. Yeah.
I mean, Arsenal can lose 4 in a row. It's happened, right? I'm sure it's happened before, but they also kind of get themselves knocked off the perch.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Manchester City can also, mess up. They can also screw up. And I guess, for conversation purposes, Chelsea can mess up, right?
Yeah.
Aston Villa, Aston Villa is actually a very good team. I mean, under Unai Emery, they're playing great. I mean, the fact is, Aston Villa is also being considered as a potential title chaser.
Third place.
But here you are, Manchester United. Everyone's going gaga.
We are I don't know whether we are or not. I remember my barber is a very big Manchester United fan at Rock'n'Roller, right?
Okay.
So after the game, I texted him, I think I need a haircut to talk about this. That first game that we won, right? And so we had a haircut, and I was like, both of us were like, okay, we don't believe what happened. United was so damn good in that game. We were like, we have never played City. Every time, to be honest, for the past few years, every time I go into a City game, I'm thinking, please don't get smashed. Please don't get smashed. That's exactly what I'm thinking, But this time we went there, we won 2-0, we had another 3 disallowed goals, we hit the post twice, it could have been 3-4-0. Yeah. I couldn't believe the first game.
Yeah. You were talking about the first game after Amorim's firing.
Amorim got fired. Yes.
And the appointment of Carrick, right? Is that what you're saying?
Michael Carrick, yes.
So is okay. So is it true that the person in charge really makes a difference because he's using the same resources available to Amorim?
Absolutely, right? Absolutely.
So in that vein, can I also say that we probably need a change for the Young Lions coach?
Oh gosh, because you went there.
Hey, yes.
I've got no argument to make, man. They haven't won a single game.
Yeah, but they came. They drew one.
They drew. They came close. Yes, they drew. Oh my God. Yeah.
No, but then Michael Carrick in United's in this United example as a case study, he was able to turn the team around, and now they won 3 in a row. In fact, the other day, I think I thought when Fulham drew level. Right, I thought, it's all over, right? Here we go again, right? But
Sesko Inferno, last minute.
What's going on?
God. That's the whole thing, right? He's got the I don't know which is better. You want to win, logically, you want to win 2-0, comfortable, go to sleep, right? And then that game, right? I fell asleep at 2-0, right?
What?
I fell asleep at 2-0, woke up 3-2. My God.
Yeah, that's insane, right? I was actually already preparing to start all my memes online, but then I was like, oh my god, they came and scored a winner.
Scored a winner final minute at the Stratford end. This gets the team. This gets the people behind you. You know, I remember Fergie had this quote where you want the impact where people go home and talk to their wives about it. What Manchester United did. I was talking to my wife after the Arsenal game. She was like, "What? Why are you dancing? I mean, we just beat Arsenal. What do you expect?" Right? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it shows. I mean, social media. Everything I see on social media now, all the podcasts that I've been listening to, is about how Michael Carrick has turned it around. Not about how Arsenal is at the top of the league.
Yep.
Not about that, right? But so at the end of the day, it is the person. He knew the system. I don't know whether he will last all the way through. I don't know whether he will be a fantastic coach that will take the team further and further. But he's got the people, right? I cannot disregard what Amorim did. He brought in the right people. He got rid of the people that were making issues, giving issues, right? He got, that Bruno Cunha commentary that you heard, right? He brought in Cunha, he brought in Mbumo, he left Kobe Mino on the bench.
Yeah.
But Carrick just brought in, and people believed in him. People wanted to win. Obviously, the energy around the team is different.
Right. So do you really think Arsenal is going to choke this time around? I mean, they've been like the perennial chokers, right? I mean, seriously.
But they have choked so long. My God.
Yeah.
I have a good friend. A good friend of mine is an Arsenal fan. I'm hoping for this friend of mine. His name is JJ, and Arsenal wins the league and they don't choke, right? But I'm hoping Arsenal wins because my other options are Man City and Liverpool, right? Obviously,
I don't think Liverpool's going to do it, man.
yeah. So I would rather Arsenal win, right? But I am also thinking that, if Arsenal wins and Man City fumbles, if Liverpool beats Man City this weekend, right, then United are in, 4 points away from second spot, right?
No, I don't think Onslaught is going to survive in this role if he doesn't make the top four at least.
If he doesn't make the top four, yes. I mean, he has spent $500 million.
Yeah.
I think the latest signing took them over 500 million.
Yeah. So I don't think they'll survive if they don't make it to the top four. And you take a look at the teams which are in the mood right now, riding for the championship. You've got Arsenal, obviously, it's very hard for them to lose pace. You got Manchester City. It's very tough to beat a team made of full, the kind of talent they have. You've got Aston Villa, who's really, really confounded a lot of us. Then you got Manchester United, riding from the back. I mean, then you still have got Chelsea. You still have got, Chelsea's under Rosinho is really doing pretty well, right? There's a bit of a resurgence, and then so it's become very competitive. So I mean, people who know me will know I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not hopeful, and my suspicion would be.
Yeah. Did you hear that last week Theo Walcott asked Wayne Rooney whether this Arsenal team is going to beat the Manchester United 2008. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Right? And then Rooney was like, we'll better them. Right? And then they couldn't beat the current United team. But then again, is this Arsenal team? You got questions everywhere. They are scoring from set pieces.
Yeah.
I think I looked at a stat last week. Yeah, last week their third highest goal scorer. You want to guess who that is?
Last week's third high. No, who?
Own goals. Yeah, this is in the Premier League. Obviously, they're doing very well in the Champions League. I've got no issues. They look very strong in all departments. Rice looks amazing, but something's not right. I think my personal opinion is Arteta is so good at finalizing everything. Everything is fixed to a call that the boys are not really playing freely, right? So that's why they are using set pieces and all that. If he makes it through, if he gets it right, they came back. They lost to United. They came back. They smashed the next game, right? They did really, really well, right?
Well, let me tell you. You mentioned Arteta. You guys are team prepared and all that, right? And they usually don't have any room to be creative. I think they're still very creative, but I also bring it back to Firdaus Qasim.
Oh, Firdaus Qasim again.
on how he, despite whatever, the team just cannot perform. Whether with all Lions and foreigners, the team is still shite.
Let me tell you just this short story of where I'm a lot in the football scene and all that. And when people talk about TMSG, before everybody knew it was Jose, I'll be sitting there and people will be shitting him, going across, and I'm like, oh no, yeah, I know this guy. You put me in that situation, right? But yeah, for those, I hope he wins. I hope he does something else. I don't know what TMS goal has against him, but
I've got nothing against him. I just go with the
no,
results and
we
the evidence.
want the team to do well.
Of course.
We want the young Lions to do well, and
So we want the team to do well, right? Which is why you don't see me going after the players or the team needs to do well, and you want a team to do well. Like how Carrick has been brought on board, replacing Amorim, we need a change. And we go by the data. The guy has been hired in the middle of last year. Up to now, he has not won a single competitive game.
I agree. He hasn't got.
What is going on?
Previously, I thought he was an excellent coach. I love the way he molded. When he was at the Sailors, I think he was managing the 15s or the 13s, and I love the way the team played. The team was organized. But I don't know why he can't get it.
Because simply some coaches are better suited to be youth coaches.
I agree. I completely agree with that.
And when you're also in a very well stacked and resourced club like Lion City Sailors, you will definitely be able to, you've got the resources, you've got the equipment, you've got the coaches. You're definitely going to be beating, some of these other clubs like Balestier Castle who've got nothing and losing 17-0 in the Women's Premier League and all that. Wow.
That was a bad result.
Just like I don't even know whether they had a goalkeeper who's looking after the goal.
Yeah.
But okay, fine. Now let's stop ranting about this. But let's bring it back to why we're doing this podcast. And one of the reasons is also because we follow football a lot, and in 2027 January we've got the Asian Cup, right? And we also have made it a point to talk about the Asian Cup and about Singapore's journey to the Asian Cup every single episode. So for this episode, my question is we're really coming every single day, week is a week closer to the Asian Cup. Do you think that we should be having a lot more talent in the team? I'm sorry, I'm not. Let me put it another way, right? I don't think there are talent in the team, right? But I mean, recently there've been like a newspaper report, media report by Industry Times, that we are possibly seeing that there's this player called Hy Whitmore who's got whose grandparents or grandfather I think has got some Singapore links, like probably wanting to come and play for the Lions, right? So using the whole under the foreign talent scheme. So, but I know we are quite close to seeing Perry receive citizenship soon, right? And I'm quite certain that a football association is looking at maybe one or two of the other foreign players who've been in Singapore past the 5 years to possibly bring them into the fray. My question really, should we be bringing in a lot more foreign born players into the national team to beef up ahead of the SEA Games, ahead of the Asian Cup?
I think it's a two-pronged approach, right? We want, I think right now we have some very stable local talents, right? I think if Gavin can identify the areas he needs to really strengthen, right? I'm looking forward to Perry Ng. I think he'll be a great addition to the squad. I think him and Safwan, right? And
but how old is Safwan? Safwan is 45, right? I'm just kidding.
Did you just say that?
Yeah, I did. Oh, he's like almost 36, is he?
Yeah, he's 35 going on 36, I think, if I'm not wrong. So that makes it next year, he's going to be that prime, right? And then we got Irfan if he gets fit and going again, right?
I'm not hopeful, but okay.
Yeah, okay. But Perry Ng will be an excellent addition. I am not sure where Kai Whitmore plays, right? But if he strengthens the right areas, right? Plus the strengths we already have, I think the recent Asian Cup qualifiers, I was quite impressed with Shah Shahiran as well, right? I think with the right mix, right? If we can go to the Asian Cup and compete,
right?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, yeah, you see, okay, here's where I think, I am also sometimes mixed feelings about it, because in the course of my career, in the sport, in the game,
Yeah.
I've constantly been helping a lot of the local footballers,
Yes.
whether or not they need help and support, and sometimes with legal resources. Access to lawyers. Sometimes they fall by the wayside. We lift them up, right? And also because I think football in Singapore has got a mission to help, keep kids off the streets,
Yeah.
right? And that's okay. That's a mission, right? But it also means that we also need to do well. But if you don't give our players a chance to also shine, how are we helping them to increase their profiles and to help them get lifted up to other leagues in the world? We've seen the
Yeah,
Malaysians.
but I'm sure Kevin is not going to go and find some Spanish players.
No, I'm quite sure he won't do that. And, so
But okay, my point is right now we need the sport to grow.
Yeah.
We need eyes on this Asian Cup.
Yeah.
We need people tuning to their TV, looking forward, rushing back home.
Yeah.
Hey, today got game, we need people saying that.
Yeah.
So we want a bit excitement. I think Iksan is doing so well right now.
Yeah.
He's
No, I think Ilhan is doing well as well.
Ilhan is doing well. We got a couple of players that are shining.
Yeah.
Right? Bring in the youngsters. Bring in. What we do now, if Gavin feels that he needs to strengthen certain areas, and the right guy comes along.
Mhm.
The right guy comes along, please bring in enough
Yeah.
that can support the rest of our local boys, bring them forward.
Yeah.
Right? So at the end of the day, for me, if that can happen and we get a strong enough showing, you get more eyes, you get more people, you get more kids dreaming, wanting to play in the Asian Cup. This is a long-term process.
Yeah. Well, I guess this conversation will continue because there's a lot of arguments around this, right? So maybe let's, at this juncture, let's ask our listeners to send us their comments or their feedback about whether or not we should be opening the doors to more foreign players, and then we can probably discuss it in one of the future episodes, because we still got a long way to go, right? So listeners, if you have an opinion on this matter, write to us at hello@swstrategies.org, and we will bring your points to the conversation in our future episodes. And Sasi, talking about national team, we've got the ASEAN Hyundai Cup coming up directly after the World Cup. And let's not forget this tournament is also right smack just before the preseason for clubs, which are beginning their training for the league for the 2026-2027 seasons, and they're not obliged to release their players for this tournament. So how do you reckon the teams around the region are going to prepare for this?
I think it's going to be to and fro. This cup has been one of Singapore's highlights since Reddy was here. We finally won since
98.
Since 98. That was the Vietnam one, right? Yeah, and the Blade of God goal, right? Ever since then, this has been a big part, right? My kids were very frustrated when I think the last edition where both the Fandi brothers got injured, right, at Jalan Besar. And finally, I think it must have been a struggle for Iksan, because right now it took him almost 2 years to come back to the form he was in, right? It was a very painful thing, and all eyes will be on it. So I know the teams will be struggling. I know some people won't release their players. I do hope that our players come back, right? Our players want to represent the country, and I think this cup now has become our showpiece, right, in the region.
Yeah, but you see, a lot of our players are also playing overseas. Like Iksan, the Fandi brothers playing in Thailand. I don't think the Thai clubs are keen on releasing. Previous episodes they've not released the players, but good thing is this
Do
time
they
around.
release the Thai players?
No, they didn't release that. Many of the national players were not released. But the thing is, they've got the talent pool. You see, we don't, right? So I'm not sure where the conversation is going to be, but let's see what happens. It's still early days, but I think it's an opportunity for Gavin to try out whoever he needs to try out ahead of the Asian Cup. At least there's one window for him to use.
Exactly
right? And hope maybe by then Perry may already have received his citizenship. He can probably be part of it, but I'm not sure whether or not I'm not sure what could be the plan for Perry. It could well be playing in the local league in Singapore. But let's see what happens. And we'll probably talk about it in the next couple of episodes leading up. And before we end this episode, I'd like to ask your views on what the hell is Hyrox and why is it so popular in Singapore?
Okay, let me brief you guys. I think Hyrox has been a tremendous, whether it's a business success, brand success, whichever way you look at it, has been incredibly successful. And one of the main reasons, who are the people that are keen to participate in the Hyrox? It is guys in your late 20s, 30s, 40s that are keen to participate in the Hyrox, right? They have made this, in our 30s and 40s, when we try and get fit, we run without an aim, we run without a finishing line, we play a sport, but there's no real competition. They have made it into a competition, and everybody loves to compete. Whether you like it or not, everybody loves to compete. So it's a fixed event that, that has fixed distances, right? That has 8 different stations. The same stations go on, and you compete, you beat that time, and it's a race, right? And people go around, I realize right now, people go around the region, even going all the way to Europe to actually compete in a race.
Wow.
Yeah, so it has become a big thing. People are actually, so if you're first time participating in the Hyrox, please make sure you get a coach. Get a coach, right? Break it down for you. Which are the areas you got to work? You got to work on the stamina. There's minimum 8 kilometers to run. And in between these 8 kilometers, every 1 kilometer you got to do a station. So you cannot go in unprepared unless you're someone that has fitness in your lifestyle already. Right. So if you want to be part of the bandwagon, and plus, social media is also key, because right now social media is so big, everybody wants to post an achievement. Everybody wants to post that Hyrox timing, right? And it has grown along with the trend. So if you are keen on training for Hyrox, honestly, get a coach, right? We have a couple of people at Fight Zone, although we are a completely different concept, right? And the better we can get our trainees' fitness up, right? The better prepared they will be for Hyrox. But we tell them that, you can't just do this. You got to do everything else as well. And it is right now, honestly, a phenomenon. Yeah, I would call it a phenomenon.
Amazing. And I think there's a championship happening in Singapore, right? In April, and I know that there are people coming in for that, and amazing. So, all right. So, thanks very much for being part of this episode again, and we will come back in the next episode, and hopefully by then Manchester United is still up and chasing up Arsenal and the rest of them in the top 2, top 3, and hopefully Liverpool is also going to go somewhere. And well, let's see what happens with the foreign players who are being targeted by the Football Association.
Of course.
Maybe then we'll have a lot more to talk about. Well, thanks very much to all our listeners. And like I said, if you have anything to write to us at hello@swstrategies.org. Let us know what you think. And we'll talk to you again in a week's time. Bye.
See you guys then. Bye-bye.
The Warm Down Pod is brought to you by SW Strategies and Fight Zone. Tune in again next week for another episode.